I, like a lot of people, like Minecraft, but I tend to play on an Anarchy server, this one to be more precise. And since this is an Anarchy server, every now and then we get the occasional Linux tard in chat saying that everyone is to switch to Linux and how superior Linux is compared to Windows 10 and Mac OS. Alright, I'll take the bait. I'll put Linux on this fairly old Lenovo laptop, and all I want to do is install Minecraft. That's all I want to do. Maybe install Chrome, but I would just want to install Minecraft. So if Linux is supposed to be the superior OS and is supposedly easier to use, then theoretically installing Minecraft on Linux on this little computer here should be incredibly quick and incredibly fast. So let me get a distribution set up and come back. Also, for reference, my little Lenovo laptop right here is running the master operating system known as Windows 7. So let me get my distribution of Linux set up and come back. The only thing that sucks about Windows 7 on this laptop is that I have no brightness control, so for right now the ISO is going to be blown out. But since I have a bootable thumb drive, I should be able to just dump all my Windows stuff into the Windows 10 folder I just made, and just dump all the Linux crap onto that, and it should just boot from that. So this is the version of Linux I'm using. And I'll come back when it's done downloading. Also, I do have gigabit internet, but I have to work with the Wi-Fi chip that this laptop has since it's relatively old, so it's still going to take a little while to download, but what you're going to do is an old laptop. Alright, so there's one other thing I need to download, 7-zip. I need to actually be able to extract the files from the ISO. So let's see how easy this is. 1 click, 2 clicks, and done. 2 clicks. That's all it took to install 7-zip. Now granted, this isn't Minecraft, but still, I just want to leave it in here just to give you a general idea how easy Windows is compared to Linux. Alright, so doing this and this should allow me to convert this drive from a Windows 10 boot drive to a Linux boot drive. So I'll come back in about, I want to say 10 minutes when it's done copying all the files. Alright, so if I did everything correctly, this on drive should be a bootable drive for Ubuntu. So let's plug into the computer. I'm going to actually plug it into USB 2. I don't trust the USB 3s on this computer. Alright, so there's the internal drive and there's the thumb drive. It should boot from that. And while it does its thing, I should also note that I removed the original drive that had Windows 7 on it. Simply put, I don't want Linux nuking this drive or touching this drive. It's not doing anything. Do I have a test computer I can test with? I think I can test it on my Lenovo, or my other Lenovo. Give me a second. Alright, so here's the other Lenovo computer I own. It should be F12 for this one too. Alright, so... okay, so it loads up on here. Let's see if I can actually get somewhere. Yeah, I can get... okay, so clearly this thumb drive works. I'm going to Control C so I can actually exit out. And I want to see what the BIOS is in here and see if I need to configure it to the same as this one right here. Which is something I really shouldn't have to do because I have it set to UEFI. If I have to set it to Legacy, that's going to be stupid. Okay, let's see. Piece of shit, do what you're told. Give me a second. Alright, so here's how the BIOS is set up for this Lenovo. And everything's in UEFI. Secure boot is on. I have SATA control set to Apache, not legacy or compatible. So let's see what the BIOS is for the actual Lenovo I'm trying to get Ubuntu installed on. Let's see. USB 3 mode enabled, USB charging turned off. Let's see, security. Secure boot disabled, maybe I need to enable it. Virtualization's on. Anti-theft, don't need that. Setup. Alright, so here's all this. Okay, so let's see. No. I don't need network boot. I'll probably hit that if this doesn't work. So I'll save changes. As you can tell, it's booting into another drive. That is the second drive that I have in here. It actually has Windows 7 on it right now. Not Windows 7, Windows 10 on it right now. As you can tell, it's basically initializing itself all over again. The drive that's in here is the drive out of the Lenovo I just showed you. So apparently it's set up to boot from the thumb drive. So let's see if it boots from the thumb drive normally. Is that please wait part of Windows or Linux? That is part of Windows. Okay, now it's working. So the thumb drive's active, so it's clearly reading data. There we go. Well, just setting up the computer to install Ubuntu is already a pain in the ass times 10. So, bar anything else from happening, I'll come back when this computer is actually fully set up. Alright, for installation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Disable that. Download updates while installing, which I can't do, so continue. I'll come back. Alright, so next. Oop, no, back. Erase everything. Install. I thought Linux was supposed to be the superior option. Where's my Wi-Fi? I don't have Wi-Fi on this computer. I guess I gotta plug in my Ethernet. The instant I plug in the Ethernet, I get a system program problem detected. That's what happened the instant I plugged in the Ethernet. I stopped recording because I don't want this video to be any more longer than it already is. But plugging in the Ethernet alone was enough to freaking kill was enough to cause issues. Jeez. So I guess I need to see if there's any updates. How do I do that? I guess software this. Well, see if it finds anything. Okay, so I found half a gig worth of crap. Let's see if any of that has to do with my Wi-Fi issue. Maybe? Again, I thought Linux was supposed to be the superior option. That Linux is supposed to have everything up and running right out of the gate. And yet, it didn't have my stupid Wi-Fi driver. Or it didn't have my Wi-Fi stuff. At least it had my Ethernet controller. But if I didn't have a wire like I do with my setup, I would have been able to connect this computer to the internet in the first place. Basically nullifying the Linux installation. Alright, so I'm currently installing updates. And as you can tell, I have some sort of error. Show details. System crash notification. Well, are they going to show me it? Or are you just going to spin there like the stupid like those stupid spinning wheel? Are you going to show me the issue, or are you going to sit there and spin like the stupid Apple spinning wheel of death? It's going to be the Apple spinning wheel of death. I thought Linux was the superior operating system. Linux is supposed to be the better option. It's supposed to be easier to use. Yeah, the inside I go to install updates, fucking crashes and errors all about. Well, I'll just let this spin and I'll let this do its thing and come back, I guess. Let's see if anything's showing up on details. Oh, look at that big ass terminal. This makes absolutely no sense to me. But it's clearly doing something. Did I see a failure on something? Oh yeah, right here. Something failed, services disabled or static unit. What the hell does that even mean? Well, it's doing something still at least. So, is this still spinning? Yeah, it's... Oh, there we go. Now we got something. Can I full screen? None of this makes sense. I'll just send it. And another crash report? Why did it open up Firefox? Close, you fat bitch. Restart now. In lieu of the errors, I'm actually going to keep recording. Again, I thought this was going to be a simple, short video. What's this? Again, I thought this was going to be a simple short video just showing how atrocious Linux actually is in comparison to Windows. And it's nothing but a freaking joke. Do I have to tell to boot that way every single time I want to load every single time I want to load the system? Okay, I think it's booted up. Do I have Wi-Fi? It detects my Bluetooth, but is that it? That's airplane mode. Network settings. Do you not have Wi-Fi? You only have Ethernet? Where's the Wi-Fi driver? This thing works completely fine with Windows 7. And yet, I switched to Linux, preferably Ubuntu. Again, Linux is supposed to be the superior operating system. And yet, it gives nothing but errors up the ass when I go to update shit. And it still can't find the stupid drivers for the damn Wi-Fi chip in this freaking laptop. And this is an old ass laptop. You'll think with how old this laptop is, it would have everything supposedly baked into the kernel, is what the Linux tards say. And yet, clearly the drivers are not baked into the kernel. Because they were baked into the kernel out of my fucking Wi-Fi. Okay, so what about the other setting or the other option? Not that. I want this. And I believe software, maybe? Let's see. Other options, updates, additional drivers. I'll come back if it finds anything. Okay, so I found something, so okay, so let's go back to using this. And it grays itself out. This driver isn't used in an this driver is using an alternate driver. Disconnected again. Do I get Wi-Fi this time? Do I need to turn off airplane mode? Turn off. Again, I'm just trying to get my Wi-Fi installed. I'm just trying to get my Wi-Fi up and running. Settings. I have only wired. Why do I not have wire? Why do I not have wireless? Do I need to disable it or something? Apply changes. I'll let it do its thing, come back. Apparently I need to restart the computer, so restart. So will you just restart normally, or we'll have to physically tell it to start? Well, it seems to be starting normally. Alright, so it's rebooted and I still don't have my Wi-Fi. So I guess plug it back into the Ethernet again and maybe rerun the system update. It might be relatively quick, so let's see what it says. Nope, it's going to do Apple spinning wheel. Software on this computer is up to date. Okay. So let's go back to here. Go to software, I guess utilities or something, or whatever it is. Software and updates. Other software. Updates. So whatever that does. Additional drivers. I'll give it a second. Alright, so I guess tell it to use the Wi-Fi driver. That's apparently doesn't work either way. Apply. The fact I need to type in a password just to do the most simplest of tasks is so annoying. It's the same thing with Mac OS, which is understandable due to Apple and their security bullshit. But this is stuff I don't have to do with Windows. Just having to type in a password to do the most simplest of tasks. Really? Oh no, I'm showing my passwords. Who gives a shit? It is fucking Linux, and when I'm done with this video, I'm gonna be nuking it off this computer. Okay. I'll pause and come back. Alright, so it says one proprietary driver is in use. So I should be able to disconnect my Ethernet and I should now have Wi-Fi. Apparently. And from the looks of it, I still do not have Wi-Fi on this computer. So to use Linux on this computer, I would have to use wired internet. This is a laptop. Really not a good way to use a laptop wired if you're always out and about. Also, again, this is Linux. It's supposed to have all the crap baked into the freaking kernel. Yet it's clearly not. Because if it was, like I stated, I would be having Wi-Fi on this fucking computer right now. And I clearly do not. So, with that bullshit all done, let's see what it'll be like to install Minecraft, or if I can even get Minecraft installed on this computer in the first place. So give me a second to get everything readjusted. Mostly to give myself a few seconds to calm down. So let's open up CommieFox. So it should be as simple as just doing this, Oh, great. There are 3 options. So, what am I supposed to use? I guess I'll just go through each option and see what happens. So I'll choose this one first. Open file. Is it doing anything? I don't know. Okay. This isn't Minecraft. This is just a page. Oh, it did something. Fail to install file, not supported. Okay. This doesn't work because there's no download link for Minecraft. It just brings me to a page. This is no help. Again, I just want to install fucking Minecraft. Let's try other. Okay. Open Minecraft launcher. No application found for Minecraft launcher. Okay. Maybe I need to be more specific. This isn't the Minecraft page. So many ads. I need fucking ad block. Here it is. Okay, so we have quite a few options. So the first option I chose was actually correct because it's also meant for Ubuntu. And it says install and run, no fuss. Maybe they linked me to the wrong type of file? So let's try this one then. Fail to install file, not supported. Okay. Again, I just want to play fucking Minecraft on this. That's all I want to do. Fucking Minecraft. I guess maybe this might have some help. Oh, fucking hell. Terminal bullshit? In Ad City. Control Alt T. Okay. Copy. Right click, paste, and I guess enter. Command not found. Issue the following command, and next step will be to install the package driver. Issue the following command to do so. Sudo dot something something Minecraft copy paste enter. Command not found. Okay. Uninstall Minecraft, which is not what I want. Okay. Did I do it wrong? First step will be to download the Minecraft something package on your system. To do so, launch the command line terminal using Control-Alt-T shortcut, and then issue this following command in terminal. To run all commands as administrator user, use sudo command man sudo for details. Okay. Could it really be something as dumb as what I think it is? Okay. Where's the install? Install via, and then next line will be install this issue following right click, copy, paste. Errors were encountered while processing. That ain't good. I don't know if that's good or not. Then I guess let's just hit this and see what happens. Paste. Reading package. After this installation, needed. Do I want to continue? Yes. Okay, I guess it's run the command above. System may ask you. After that, the required package will be installed onto your system. Okay, so apparently it's all done and ready to go. So I'll just minimize. So I guess it'll be in show applications. There it is. So it took what, 10 or so minutes of fussing about to get Minecraft installed, even though the supposed file I downloaded was supposed to be installed with no fuss, and yet clearly nothing but fuss. and I had to go to a third-party website and I type in a bunch, well, not type in, but copy in a bunch of shitty command lines just to get Minecraft installed onto the stinking computer. It took 10 fucking minutes to do this. If any normal non-Linux tard that's looking into this operating system for the first time, if it takes them 10 minutes just to do a simple task that can be done in Windows in less than a minute, they'll just want to leave this OS instantly after going through 10 minutes of this bullshit. So with that said, let me log in and see if it runs any better or not. Granted, even if it does, I'm going to yeet Linux out of this thing anyways. Well, at least it logged me in without much issue. So let's see, new installation, 12.2.2, cancer AIDS, play, I don't care, let me play. Well, it should download. Nope, it's still going to take a little while, even with Ethernet. I'll come back. Well, this looks to be launching properly. Okay. Let's see, I want full screen. Medium. Medium. Next or normal. Done. Into player. Add server. Something I cannot type. Maybe it runs a little better than Windows 7. One thing is certain, I can't use a trackpad with Minecraft. I can use a little nub, but the nub is very, very janky. Maybe I can do some manipulation in the settings to change down the sensitivity, but the nub has to be the worst way to play Minecraft. I can't even use the trackpad. The only time I can use the trackpad is when I'm not moving. But when I am moving, the trackpad is basically disconnected and I can only use a little nub. So even if Minecraft runs better under Linux, this has to be the shittiest way to play Minecraft. And I'll legit be surprised that there are some hard-headed Linux figs that actually play Minecraft on a Lenovo laptop with the stupid nib. Because again, this has to be the stupidest and it has to be the most uncomfortable way to play Minecraft. So, again, let that sink in. It took me 10 minutes to get Minecraft installed. I had to go through freaking terminal bullshit to get it done. And when I finally managed to get Minecraft installed on this dumb thing, I can't even use a fucking trackpad. I have to use a stinking little nub right here to actually use the thing and actually play Minecraft and walk around and whatnot. So, what happened to Linux being the superior option? Linux is supposed to be better than Windows 10. Linux is supposed to be better than Windows 7. Hell, it's supposed to be better than freaking Mac OS. Speaking of Mac OS, I actually have a MacBook that I want to bring into the picture. So give me a second. And here is my MacBook. This was originally my mother's. I did try to steer her away from this particular model due to the butterfly keyboard. One, obviously because the butterfly keyboard easily breaks. And two, because I knew I would eventually be owning this MacBook and I really did not want to put up with this keyboard. But unfortunately, she didn't listen. She got this thing. Luckily, the only key that broke or is in the flaking phase is the shift key right here. But I still have to be very, very careful when I use this laptop, hence why I really don't use this thing that often. But I want to do a total system restore, which I've been wanting to do for a little while. So I actually do have to use command keys and or command lines and whatnot. So let me actually get my get this thing set up and come back. Alright, so I haven't had to do this in a while, but I'm watching a YouTube video. Create install media, drag, and then I need to go back to that video.
Next, in the terminal, you want to type --volume, just like this, space, and now it's time to prepare our USB drive. So what you want to do is go back to your Finder. This time, want to go up to the Go menu and select using the SanDisk Ultra and plug the drive right under volumes there, your keyboard, and it will prompt you for your password. Put your password in, and then press return on the keyboard. Now it's going to ask you if you want to continue, so you want to type a Y for yes.
Alright, so this is easy. And right now, obviously, I'm going to hit yes. I think it's capitalized, so I'm going to... And it does its own thing. Even getting an installation media set up on Mac OS is easy to an extent. I mean, you still gotta type in a few terminal commands, and you gotta go through the packages of the Mac OS install and whatnot. But if you know what you're doing, i.e., YouTube, it's really easy because, as you saw, I got everything set up in under a minute. Well, not set up, but actually got the process up and running in under a minute. Alright, so all that is done and everything's good to go. So really the hard part when it comes to getting this computer properly restored is just basically making sure everything on the hard drive is wiped because of all the partitions and whatnot. So I'll come back when everything's done shutting down and whatnot. Alright, so power that on, hit option. There's the installation media, and I'll come back. Alright, now the fun part is actually unifying all the crap here for the main drive, and once that's done, I'll come back. Alright, take that back, it wasn't too difficult. So let's go to here. Quit this, install Mac OS, next. It is running through USB-Cs, but it does take a little while for it to do its job. So agree, yes, yes, and I'll come back when it's done. Alright, other than Apple's gay security theater bullshit, the MacBook is now back up and running and is in full working order. If you have to install Chrome or anything, all I did is get all my crap signed in and that's it. So with that said, let's actually go and download Minecraft. And drag it to the dock so I can have easy access. Cancel. Shut up. a little under 2 minutes, I'm already in the process of updating Minecraft. It took 10 minutes, well not 10 minutes, it took about 9 or so, 9 to 8, like 8, 9 minutes to do that on Linux. And yet I was able to get to this point in less than 2 minutes with macOS. And this is again with a fresh install of macOS. So let me log in and come back. Alright, now to let Mac do its thing and download all that crap again. Alright, when Minecraft should be launching very shortly. Alright, so let's see. Options, video, full screen, where are you? So like what? About 5 or so minutes to get everything up and running on macOS. Of course, including the installation of macOS itself. So already macOS has proven to be the superior option to Linux. And you saw how easy it was to get Minecraft set up and installed on this thing, and yet Linux was what, 10 minutes of me bullshitting around and eventually having to use fucking terminal commands. At this point, if you don't see at this point in the video, if you don't see my point of how Linux is a fucking joke, I don't know what else to show off other than Windows. Which is actually what I'm going to do, but first, I'm actually going to go to bed. I'm fairly tired. I've been trying to do this video now all night, and it's now morning, and I want some sleep. Alright, and just like that, we're now full circle. So let me get this thing booted into the thumb drive and reinstall Windows 10. There it goes. Let's see. PYN. I need the. Yep. It's reading on the thumb drive. It is plugged into a USB 3 port, but this is a fairly low-end computer by today's standards. And there it goes. Just like that, it's now setting up Windows 10, or at least getting Windows 10 initialized for the installation. Unlike the Ubuntu, where I had to go through extra steps in the BIOS just to get everything up and running, so this thinking thing can boot from the thumb drive. I just plugged the thumb drive in, and boom, it's right into the Windows installation and whatnot. So I'll come back when I see fit, which is basically when I actually have to go through like naming the computer and whatnot. Alright, now to set Windows 10 up. Right now the trackpad's a little garbage, but that's because I'm just using the basic driver. So let's see if it'll have the let's see if it has a Wi-Fi. Skip. Huh, would you look at that? Unlike Linux, Windows 10 already has the drivers baked in. Interesting. It's like the Linux tars on the Minecraft server I'm on, or on Linux tars in general, don't know shit. So with that said, let me finish everything up off camera and come back when I go to install Minecraft and whatnot. Alright, the laptop's all up to date, all the drivers are installed, and now I need to see how easy it is to install Minecraft on this laptop. That looked real easy. There's a few extra steps compared to Mac OS, but compared to Linux, this is one of the more easiest ways to install Minecraft, excluding Mac OS. So if Linux was so superior to Windows, let alone Mac OS, then why is it that I had to spend 10 minutes to install Minecraft on my freaking Linux installation? And yet here on Windows, it's literally nothing more than just a few clicks and it's already installed. So let me log in and come back. Alright, time to begin our installation. Now the reason why I don't include these, most of the reason why I didn't include this in the last round or whatnot is because I'm going to try and keep this video short, but as you can already tell, it's not a short video. I gotta go and tune the trackpad, but other than that, this laptop is a lot more usable with Windows 10 than it was with Linux. I mean, hell, this thing's very usable with Windows 7. I just decided to use Windows 10 because it's the mainstream Windows version of Windows everyone uses. Even though Windows 7 is the superior operating system. Alright. Now yes, Linux does load Minecraft up a lot more quicker than it does on this little computer here. Which is to be expected because Linux is a lightweight operating system. But the pros do not outweigh the cons when it comes to Linux and using it as your mainstream or using it as your actual day-to-day driver OS. I mean, hell, I don't even have Wi-Fi on this thing when it comes to Linux. And like I said earlier, this is a low-end computer. This is the type of computer that you would think will excel under Linux. And yet, like I said, no Wi-Fi, the trackpad, I think the trackpad was atrocious or something along those lines. It's the next day, so I'm kind of forgetting exactly what happened, but I do remember it took over 10 minutes to get it took over 10 minutes to get Minecraft installed, and I was excluding all the update errors and all that other bull crap. Oh, fucking hell. /ignore. I cannot type today, can I? Okay, let's see. Fuck you. Oh. God, I cannot type on this keyboard. Oh. There we go. Alright, so Minecraft is now installed. Now, I do not have a controller to trackpad yet when I'm using it. So what I need to do is I need to go back into here. Go to this. No, I need to go to devices. Touchpad, additional settings, back to game, and now I can, oh yeah, I forgot this thing also uses Synaptics, so I gotta go in there and also turn off palm reject there also, but I'm not going to do that for this video since it's, again, so freaking long. And one thing I also want to note is that right now I'm using the nub again, and compared to Linux, the nub on Windows 10 is a lot more precise and a lot more easier to work with. I have to put a lot more force into the nub to get it to actually respond. Unlike the pure atrocity that was Linux and its shitty sensitivity. Again, all the Linux figs say Linux is a superior operating system and everyone should swap over to that operating system. And yet, clearly Linux is nothing but a joke. And hell, even Windows 10 on an old ass computer like this runs better than Linux. So with that said, now I need to spend the next hour or two to actually edit this video together and whatnot and then upload it. So yeah. Also, there's one more thing I want to do. Do we have any Linux tards in the game right now? And yes, we do. Yeah. I'm at such an odd angle and I'm not used to this keyboard, so I'm making tons of spelling mistakes. And as I thought, there's at least 2 Linux tards in the server right now. That moment when you think playtime means something. God, I cannot type for shit on this keyboard. Alright, so with that said, now I'm going to egg on the server off video and actually edit this video together and upload it. So, yeah.